If we throw him off his game, they'll look lost out there. Let's get it done, and let's get it done right. Booyah.
He laid it out there. Very simple terms conveyed to his teammates. Defensively, they've got to get the job done. Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, lights out.
Well, the big thing with him is that corner three-point shot. That's his spot. He loves drifting to that area. And so defensively, you've got to keep an eye on him. But what that does is it limits the amount of help you can give when he's on the floor.
And you know, he is an extremely skilled player attacking off the dribble, too. I mean, he's got a great pull-up jumper as well, Steve.
And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion of today's game. And, of course, the big news, Andre Drummond out with an injury.
Kevin, this is a big blow to this team. I mean, he's going to miss some of the playoffs and perhaps all of pure hustle on that play. And that's what it takes on the offensive board. It's not about ability as much as it is desire.
And Matt Clark and some muscle. And he showed us he's got plenty of that with the huge dunk.
Well, in a tight game, I mean, they could use a few more of those hustle plays going forward if they're going to win.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Shot clock at 5. Here's Rose. No lie. Great D that time from Jennings. Boozer gets the bucket.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill the team.
Now here's Jennings, averaging 14 points a game. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. I'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Doris?
Kevin, he told me he wants his guys in attack mode tonight, going at it from the opening tip. He said, we've yet to win a game against them this season in 3 tries. I expect our players to come out motivated, and I want them going full tilt trying to get to the bucket. He's pulling out all the stops, guys, trying to get a win.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
It's stolen by Rose. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Rose with the ball, stolen by Monroe. Shumpert up top. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Smith dishes to Granger. Jennings kicks to Shumpert. Left side, Shumpert. It's back to Jennings. Six on the shot clock. Second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Jennings has got his first basket.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Noah with a screen on Jennings. Passes it to lights out. Detroit with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. And they got some key points from their reserves.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Only 3 games left until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East will look. A look at Chicago. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And, of course, there's the Pistons, a couple spots below.
I think for the Pistons, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench. And the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserve can handle their weight.
Rose attacking. Butler pass it to Rose. They set the pick. That's the first 2 points of the night.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
I thought overall Kevin, it was mostly the defensive effort that hurt them. Just no energy, no purpose.
Steve, I thought they were late on their rotations. They didn't really communicate well, and as a result, they paid for it.
Smith. That one off the back iron and out. Chicago leading. Noah with a screen for Butler. Stolen by Monroe. Jumps up. Pistons keep it alive. It's off his foot. And it's being called a kickball. And a different look here for the Pistons. Here's Monroe. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Jennings drives in. Back to Monroe. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
Well, great sign, because after that poor first quarter, now they're playing better offensively, and they have the lead.
On the floor for Detroit. Jennings out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Smith. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Monroe in at the center position. Deflected and stolen by Jennings. Stuckey into the lane. He kicks to Jennings. He passes it to Smith. Backing in. Launches it. That's good from Jennings on the assist by Smith. And now it's a 9-point Detroit lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for Detroit.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing they've done well is getting after shooting. They've closed out well, and they've really blocked a lot of shots in half.
And here's Jennings after the three-pointer from Lights Out. Now here's Jennings. He has 5. Stuckey outside. It's back to Jennings. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Monroe. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Iman Shumpert's checked in for Detroit. Outside Rose, and there's the pass to Lights Out.
This crowd really letting him know how they feel about him.
And I tell you what, that feels so good getting that kind of appreciation from the fans.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. Lights Out in their last game against the Thunder was just a man on a mission. He finished with 30, adding some blocks to his scoreline. This game of his was just a standout, all-around display of basketball. Coaches love to see that, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players, have a lot of great games, but that Clark was something special.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and nothing slowed him down.
Let's just say he was really good. Well, what I like about him, Kevin, is his ability to shake a defender loose off the dribble and find a high-quality shot for himself. He was a very slippery player.
And his body control is something else I like about him. I'm not sure how he does it, but the way he's able to hang in the air and change his shot to get it around the defender is purely amazing.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 8. Shumpert. It's back to Jennings. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Detroit.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys. And the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
And here is Butler following Brandon Jennings' 3. Here's Lights Out. And again, Chicago. No good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Orlando Johnson's checked in for Ronny Turiaf. Smith off a pick from Shumpert. Here's Granger. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now here is Miller, and it's Rose penetrating. To the inside. 6 to shoot. And taken away by Johnson. They push it up 4 on 3. Leads him in there. Right side Jennings. The dish to Smith. Pass to Johnson. Back to Smith. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Granger kicks to Johnson. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again. And the layup good by Smith. And the Pistons lead by 13. Marcus Teague, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against Milwaukee.
They looked very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, you know, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists.
Oh, how about that basketball, fan?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's Boozer. And again, Chicago. No good.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but a smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen. They sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
For the Pistons, Monroe comes in for Danny Granger. And it's Muhammad in for Iman Shumpert. Lights out, passes to Teague. Passes to lights out. Back to Teague. The pass to lights out. They need this. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Lights out's got 11 points.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
And it's Smith penetrating. Kicks to Prigioni. Back to Smith. He feeds it to Prigioni. Johnson. Fires it up. Detroit, no good that time either. Teague with the ball. Pass the lights out. There's the 3. Can't get it to go. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's Detroit. They lead by 13. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. The weekend is in full. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And arguably no greater sporting legend in Chicago history than Hall of Famer Michael Jordan as we see the statue erected in his honor.
What a performance from Jennings here. He has 11 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Bulls. Up front, Boozer and Noah. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. And it's lights out in at the 3. Rose against Jennings. Here's lights out. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Granger dishes to Smith, and he slams it one-handed.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Boozer, guarded by Shumpert. Butler kicks to Rose. Here's lights out. Those three-pointers off the mark.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Jennings with the ball. Boozer picks him up. And Smith with the stuff.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Here's lights out. Good work defensively by Monroe.
Changing sides didn't seem to help them at all, huh, guys? They've missed their first 3 shots in the third quarter.
He dishes it to Granger. Smith on the wing. That's good. Smith's got 8 here in the quarter.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Well, they're passing to Noah. In low to Boozer. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. Smith right side. And another shot. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. They get Carlos Boozer. The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Pass to lights out. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 14 points for lights out.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Now let's take a look at the list of players who have been absolutely lighting it up. These are the NBA scoring leaders over the last 10 games. You look at lights out, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
I'll tell you what, he's been on quite a roll here of late. Just a pure scoring display.
Jennings drives in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
I'll get a chance to check out Brandon Jennings, some of his numbers. A breakdown since the All-Star break. 4th in steals, 14th in three-point field goal percentage, and one of the better passers in the league, in the top 20 in assists per game.
Steve, he's a real ace defensively for him when you take a look at his steals per game average. I mean, whether it's getting into the passing lanes or taking the ball from ball handlers, he does both really well.
The Bulls have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Well, pretty good numbers this season at the line for this club, right around 78% as a team.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Smith with a screen on Rose. Jennings dishes to Smith. On the wing, Shumpert. Feeds it to Monroe. On the wing, Granger. Pocket 6. This one for 3. Can't get it to go. And in Chicago the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Jennings kicks to Shumpert. Dishes to Granger. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Rose passes to lights out. And Granger comes over to help. The pass to lights out. Gets the bucket. Lights out's got 19 points.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Rose against Jennings. Pass to Granger. 3-pointer. No good.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Pistons leading by 13. Up top, Jennings. Covered by Noah. Jennings dishes to Granger. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists in the game. Rose kicks it to Noah. Lights out. Outside Rose. He passes to lights out. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And it's Smith missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And it's Rose penetrating. Misses off the right iron.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end. And he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Jennings kicks to Granger. Working on Boozer. From the post. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Carlos Boozer.
Take a look at what Granger's done. He has 8 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too. So they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Muhammad, he's checked in for Smith. Stuckey comes in for Shumpert. And it's Bynum in for Brandon Jennings. Miller with the ball. Now Bynum defending. Here's Rush. And stolen by Stuckey. And now the Pistons fast break. Granger kicks to Muhammad. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pistons?
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And here are the Bulls now, trailing by 17. As the lights out. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. And now 24 points for lights out.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. The feed now to Stuckey. A three ball. It's hauled in by Andre Miller. Chicago's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. No good from lights out. Pistons leading by 14. 24 seconds left in the third. And Monroe backs in. The jump hook hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Monroe's got 11 points. Passes it to lights out. He kicks it to Dunlap. The pass to lights out. And he's good on the three ball. Lights out's got 27 points.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Bulls trail by 13. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Greg Monroe. Find him out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then there's Orlando Johnson. And it's Granger in at the 4 slot. Pass to lights out. Shot clock at 6. Teague, the pass to lights out. That's short off the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Johnson with it. And it's Miller picking him up. And here is Bynum. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And the basket by Johnson.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Passes it to lights out. Beyond the arc. Detroit with the rebound. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And it's 29 points for lights out. Pistons leading by 16. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And the foul on Marcus Teague. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look here for Detroit. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Orlando Johnson. Amon Shumpert has come in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Jennings in for Will Bynum. The shot's good from lights out.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes them change plans.
Shumpert against Butler. Jennings kicks to Smith. The dish to Monroe. Back to Smith. He feeds it to Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Steve enjoys that too.
Yeah, that's the best part of the game. I mean, a five-man team game where the ball moves. There's so much unselfish play. It's beautiful to watch.
Stolen by Boozer. Here's lights out. Ranger covering. The 15-footer. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Detroit leading by 14. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Count the bucket. Here's Rose. Kicks it to Butler. He dishes it to Boozer. From 8, and that one's good. Detroit with the ball. They lead by 14. Tries to save it, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
That's one of those passes where as soon as you let it go, you regret it.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's lights out. Misses the 3.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Ranger outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Boozer's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Rose kicks to Butler. He passes to lights out. For the 3. Good. Lights out's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, he's lighting it up from long range this half, really taking advantage of the defense.
Detroit leading by 11. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
Outside Rose. Shoots from the elbow. Now Detroit moving it up. Smith's running. And it's lights out with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Jennings kicks to Shumpert. Smith on the wing. Back to Shumpert. Feeds it to Monroe. 4 on the clock. Outside Jennings. From deep three-point range.
They haven't had as much success here in the second half from the three-point line, but that hasn't kept them from staying on the lead. They've missed more three-pointers this half, but they're still in good shape.
Noah, the pass to lights out. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
At the line. Now Shumpert. Ball's knocked loose. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And the pass to lights out. Here's the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Monroe's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And that's pretty much how this game has gone. They've controlled the boards and looked to come away with the win right here.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Noah covered by Smith. Tipped. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. On the line, the putback, and Craig Monroe with the slam. And the Pistons lead by 10.
Well, they really had it going on the offensive glass in that first half, but here recently they've gotten away from that. They've got to be aggressive in attacking that offensive glass here in the second half.
Butler against Jennings. Dishes it to Shumpert. Pass to Granger. 6 to shoot. And that one's good. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. There's 57 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Jennings with the ball. Now guarded by Lights Out. Shumpert dishes to Jennings. Back to Shumpert. The feed to Monroe. 5 to shoot. Outside Jennings. Releases. No good off the back of the rim.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
No good from Lights Out.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
Jennings kicks to Smith. Smith left side. Stolen by Noah. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Lights Out. Here's Rose. It falls.
He got a great read of where that miss was going.